Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchiimoh, and if you're stopping by my channel for the first time, you are most welcome. I am happy to have you here, and if you've always been here, thank you so much for your support. I am an international award-winning cake artist based in Manchester, the United Kingdom, and you're welcome to my channel. On this channel, I talk about cake business, personal development, and I talk about a lot of other things, including settling down, relocating to the UK, and my experiences so far. And in today's video, I'm sharing something that I know will be very beneficial to a lot of us, especially those who are here in the UK, who have just recently arrived in the UK, especially moms. And just as you can tell from the title, I know that this video is something that is highly sought after and something that would be of help to you. So it's how to get your kids, your children into schools here in the UK after arriving. And I'm going to be sharing my personal experience. My kids just started school not too long ago, so like some weeks back. It's not even up to a month, but they started school thanks to God, and I will be sharing my experience and what you need to do, what you need to know if you want to be able to successfully do this, register your kids in school. So first of all, I need to put this disclaimer out there. I've been away for a while because I've been under the weather, just as you can tell from my voice, okay? So I hope that I'm audible enough and you can hear me. And I just said, let me just start creating content. Pending when I will be fully back on my feet. So if you can hear the cold or the sound of cold in my voice, or how do I put it, please just bear with me, okay? So without further ado, let's go right into the video. And you're welcome back. So the first thing I want to talk about is my experience so far before getting here. Then I will share what we did when we got here and what you need to do. When I mean got here, I mean when we arrived in the UK and then when we moved to our own place as well. When we arrived here, we were first staying at West Yorkshire, Huddersfield, and we're staying with someone, we're staying with our friends. And how my kids were able to get into school then was that we were able to reach out to the head of school there and explain our situation to them, instead of my kids staying at home or my children staying at home back then, getting bored and everything. Because I think we arrived there when they were on midterm. Yeah, it was half term when we arrived. So the kids, their own kids, our friends, the kids were at home as well. So when school resumed, we were like, just give these kids some few days. They will start, before they start getting bored, let's reach out to the school and explain to them. So we did reach out to the head teacher, and he checked, and thankfully they had slots available. Now the way it is here, admissions when it comes to schooling here is different from the way it is back home in Nigeria. I don't know about other countries, but from the way it is in Nigeria, it's quite different. That one, the way we do it back at home is that you just go to a school, right? You like the school, you go to the school, you meet the head teacher, and you explain to them on head of school, and you know, indicate interest. They give you some forms to fill and all of that, and then you get into school. Quite different from how it used to be back in the day. So that's it. Pretty simple and easy process, especially when you're going to what we call private school. But here we're able to reach out to the head of school, the head teacher, and like I said, thankfully they had slots. So that's how they were able to absorb them into the system. It was pretty seamless. I mean, they contacted the council, did all the paperwork and all the things that they had to do, the groundwork they had to do, and then we brought our children to start schooling. But first of all, one important thing that I know they did was to have me come inspect the place. So they won't just take your child, or they won't just take your children into school. You would need to go for an inspection, see the school. They'll take you around, show you the classes, show you the convenience, show you the play area, show you the teachers. They'll take you to different classes. Like basically they want you to know what you're signing up for. I think just want you to see it and be sure that you like it before they proceed. So I first went for an inspection. I had to book. Now you don't just wake up and go somewhere. Okay, so I had to book for an inspection and I had to book an appointment for them to take me around. So after that, then I said I was okay with it. It was fine. We had some discussions, told me some things that I needed to know before my kids started. So that was the process which we went through back in Huddersfield. And then getting here, and we moved here during the summer break, right? So reopening, my kids couldn't open with them because we went during the summer break, and like I mentioned in one of my videos, summer is summer here, summer break is summer here, summer break is summer break here. There's nothing like summer school here like we have back at home in Nigeria. When it's summer break time, you also have what we call summer school. So the kids still go to school. The hours are shorter. They don't stay as long as they'll stay in regular or during regular school hours or normal school hours. The time is shorter, and they engage in like extracurricular activities, baking, painting, doing some other things. So we arrived here and I was thinking, summer school will be on. So we went there. My husband went there to check one day, and he didn't meet anyone. They were closed, and they were on break. We met a few persons. One person that told him, okay, there's really nothing that can be done now because the school is on summer break. Everybody's on summer break. So that he'll need to come back when they resume. So basically, this is the process. First of all, okay, at some point, I don't know whether we went to the school. Yes, we went to the school. So when the school resumed, we went to the school. Now, there are two schools around here, and one thing that you want to check for, we talked about this in our accommodation video when we were searching for accommodation. So if you want to search for your accommodation, I digress a bit, please bear with me. I just want to explain a point. So when we're checking for accommodation, we're looking for schools around the area. So you can actually see stores around here, how close it is to the train station, the schools around here, and then you also have the opportunity to check for the Ofsted rating. There's what we call the Ofsted rating here when it comes to academics, especially. I know it has to do with schools. I don't know if it has to do with other things, but for school, you have the Ofsted rating, which you can see. I'm going to put a screenshot of that. I know that they have good. I know they have outstanding. I think they have it needs improvement, something like that. So they have different ratings. So you can actually check the schools that are near you or where you're seeking for accommodation, and then the rating of the school. So we are checked prior to coming into this place, and we saw that, of course, there are schools around, but then there are ones that are quite close to us, not so far, not so close, but not so far. Okay, and then we're able to see the rating. So we have two schools that are outstanding here. So we had two options, but we were particular about getting our kids in a Christian-based school. Like, so there are faith-based schools around here, and the one they were attending in Huddersfield was also a faith-based school. It was a Catholic school. Okay, where they teach you, we're particular about that, where they talk about God, where they teach you about Christian, teach them about God and everything. We were very, 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 very particular about that. Now, this differs from person to person. If this is not a thing for you, if it's not a priority, so to say, for you, it's fine, so well and good. You can all just leave your options open. Okay, so they were attending a Catholic school back then. They used to have masses, they used to have different things that have to do with like religious activities and all of that. So we're looking for that here. So we got one that is a faith-based school around here. So it's a Church of England school, and then there's another one, not a Church of England school. Now, this is not a faith-based school, but you can actually go to their website. Now, I'm taking time to break this down so you understand, please. So you can actually go to the website. You will see their values. You will see what they stand for. You will see like beliefs. You will see different things. You just get basic information about them. So we had these two choices. So back to my story. When summer was over, we went to the school and we were told or redirected to go to the council. Now, the thing is, you cannot just walk up to the school and say, oh, I want to register. I want to, especially for fresh admissions. Although when we were leaving Huddersfield, they told me, okay, when you get to school, call us, we'll just process it, we'll talk to them and all that, but that didn't happen. So when we got to the school, they redirected us to go to the Bolton Council. That's the council where we are. So wherever you're living, there's a council that is attached, so to say, attached in quotes, and that monitors or governs the affairs of that place, whether it is business, school, health. I'm registering with a GP. There is a council that is attached to that place. So what you want to do, please, at this point, I'll look at my notes. What you want to do is to, so when my husband went to the Bolton Council, they directed us to the Bolton Council. So he went there, and then Bolton Council said, you can't just apply directly on the website. You need to go through Citizens Portal. So every council has its own Citizens Portal. So check on Google, you will see the Citizens Portal. Now, I can't give any particular website, but Google Citizen Portal of my council as if you have found an accommodation. Now, it's important that you have an accommodation. Okay, I think it's important for you to have an accommodation first so that is settled and you don't have to go so far, because these things are things that they put into consideration as well. Proximity from your house and some other things, right? So we opened an account with Citizens Portal that had to do with the council here, and then we filled the form. So you fill the form, whether it's a fresh admission or an interim admission. That means you're changing schools or reception or even secondary school if your children are of that age, secondary school. Now, if it's a primary school, you pick the reason, you pick everything that suits you, or you just fill a form, you just fill the information, I think the age of your kids, the year, and everything like that. So it's a detailed and a long process. Next, you will be prompted to make options of 3 schools. Like you pick 3 school options, after which you start to do mail correspondence. So after we had gone to Bolton Council, they gave my husband a form to fill. He filled that form and then gave it back to them. And then the rest of the whatever communication was done via email and then telephone calls, conversations. So when you fill the form, they'll tell you they're going to get back to you in 1 month's time. Typically, they usually, what I've observed is they usually give enough space. They usually give enough time. So if they tell you it's going to take like 8 weeks, minimum of 2, 3, 4 weeks, they're going to get back to you, right? So in this case, they said within 1 month they will get back to us. But my advice to you would be that if you don't get to hear from them in a week, you reach out to them. Okay, you have to keep following up. You have to keep following up, and I would advise that you do this through mails. Your correspondence should be via mails. If you don't hear from them, you talk to them, and them granting you admission is based on availability. So I think there's usually a queue. There's usually a queue of people waiting, and if there's no space or slot in that particular class where your children are supposed to go to, you would not be attended to, sort of, so to say. Okay, so that was what we had to now wait for. So in one of the schools, they had slots for one of my daughters, and they had for like, in one school, for example, they had for year 6, they did not have for year 4. In the other school, they had for year 4, they did not have for year 6. And we didn't want our children to be in these different schools. That was just going to be a lot that I cannot even break down now. But for the emotional support, convenience, meeting up with time, meeting up with dropping them off, school runs and everything, we just wanted them to be in one place. So the council got back to us. So that meant putting our kids, siblings, both of them in different schools, and this was not really what we wanted. We wanted them to be in the same school, and it looked like something we were not able to do. Well, we had concluded that, okay, last like say Nigeria, let them go to different schools. Okay, so they went to we were about, like, we had already gone for inspection in one school. Like I said, inspection is very important. So we had gone for inspection in this school, and my daughter has started while the other one was to resume 2 days after in the other school. But God intervened. So I would say God intervened. I was able to get a slot for one of my daughters in the other school. So they ended up attending, or they are now attending, the same school. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about in this process is that you should, like I said, follow up. Learn to follow up. Don't allow don't allow delay or anything. But if they say they go back to you and they don't get back to you at a certain time, don't sit, fold your hands and be waiting for them. Please pick up your phone and call, send an email to them, and then let them give you an update, let them get in touch with you. And if there's a particular way you're feeling, probably I've heard from people, I've read online from people who are finding it hard, who are finding it overwhelming, who are concerned. Like in our own case, so we're concerned because like 3 weeks after school resumed, our kids were still at home. They were not attending school. All right, so you might be in a place where you are just concerned, you're really overwhelmed. Your kids are home, you need to work, you're trying to settle in, things are just happening, and different things are just going in the background. When you call, or when you speak with them, or when you're writing your correspondence, please, it is good and advice that you just say how you feel. You tell them, our kids are still at home, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm feeling worried, or whatever it is, because this place, they really care and they don't joke with your mental health. So it's important that you let them know how you feel. Whatever impact it's having on you, please open your mouth and express yourself. Tell them. I'm not saying you should go and talk, but just let them know that you're concerned. Kids have been in school, your kids have not resumed, your children are yet to resume, and you're worried. You're just like, I know from first-hand experience, right? So please tell them exactly how you feel, and this would help you. It would help you because, like I said, they really prioritize care, mental health, and everything. So just let them know how you feel, and that can help you speed up the process. So that was what we did. Thankfully, we've been able to enroll our kids in school here. You go for inspection, like I said, and there are other things involved. The schooling here, tuition is free, but there are activities they go to from time to time. They visit places, they do games, they do sports. Some of these are free. Most of them are paid. Most of them are paid for. Okay, so you want to know what it is, if it's compulsory or mandatory, and if it's optional, for them to partake in all these activities. I think that's much I can share, or based on my experience and the tips that I can share for you, share with you on getting a school for your children here. And I hope that this video has been of great value to you. Please, if it has, don't forget to hit the like button just to show your support and to help me create some visibility for this video, because I know that people need this video. So please help me share with those in your UK communities, your Telegram groups, in places where you feel that people are that need this information. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe. Turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified when I upload a new video. And I have a program coming up for bakers in the UK who just recently relocated, who are still confused, who are unclear about what to do next, what step to take, starting their business again, who need an emotional support. We have questions to ask, who just need someone to talk to, who wants to know the realities of settling down and everything, you know. Please, this is not restricted to Nigerian bakers, so please help me reach out to them. I'm going to put the poster here, and it's also on my, I'm going to put the flyer here, and it's also on my community tab. If you'd like to be a part of this program, please send me an email, and please, I would appreciate your support if you can share with those in your communities, your Instagram stories, on WhatsApp status, just to help me reach out to people who would need this. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until I see my next video, stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed.